Hey guys, it's Ty and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to go over some fantasy series that I am trying to prioritize in 2026. If you are new to my channel, it probably doesn't really look like I read a lot of fantasy. I know you can see them on my shelves behind me, but I have been neglecting a lot of my fantasy reads. I can't even really tell you why. Fantasy is just not something that I have been grabbing. I think I will gravitate more towards like the more popular ones or some of the romanticities recently. But as far as like some of my truly fantasy reads, I have been neglecting. Some of these books that I'm going to talk about, they have shown up on TBR lists in the past. What I'm hoping is that now that I have a TBR cart and I feel like I've been doing a pretty good job with pulling books off of there that I want to read, these books that I'm going to share with you guys today, I'm going to put them on the TBR cart. That way I will be more inclined to grab them. One of my goals for 2026, well, a couple of my goals for 2026 is one, to continue to read my backlist books. I've just continued to push stuff further and further down my TBR, and I just want to read a lot of the stuff that have just been sitting on my shelves forever. But also with that, I want to have a better balance between my mystery thrillers that I read along with my fantasy. Like, I'm starting to get in my fantasy mood again, and I want to have a better balance between those two genres. I'm tired of looking at all these fantasy books, and every year I'm like, I'm gonna get to that, and then I never do. So these are the ones that I'm going to prioritize for 2026. First one being, please don't come at me. This is The Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. I have put this book on several TBRs at this point, and I haven't yet to read it. I have never read these books. I have never seen the show. So all of this is going to be new to me. I really want to finally get into this because I want to actually watch the show, especially now I'm so far behind that they have spinoffs of the Game of Thrones. So I really need to get into this. I'm sure everybody has either read the books and or watched the show. I am one of the few people who have done neither. So this is definitely at the top of my list for this year. Another one that I've had on my list for a little while, this is a young adult fantasy. This is Raybearer by Jordan Ifueko. I picked this up, one, I got it from Illumicrate. The other one is behind me, that purple and blue one. But I picked up this duology from Illumicrate because they looked really pretty. And then at the time that I bought these, people were really raving about this duology, and I literally have forgotten about it. I don't even really remember what this is supposed to be about, but a little blurb here says it's a phenomenal fantasy about freedom, justice, and choosing your own identity. Hopefully I will like it, but it is one that I plan to get to soon. Another one that I was really excited at the time that I bought this, I believe this is also a duology, but I just have the first book. This is All of Us Villains by Amanda Foody and Christine Lynn Herman. At the time that this came out, it was also really popular. I think this was also supposed to be kind of like reminiscent of the Hunger Games. It says the blood moon rises, the blood veil falls, the tournament begins. It says at the coming of the blood moon, 7 families in this remote city each name a champion to compete in a secret tournament to the death. So yeah, I will check out anything that is inspired by the Hunger Games, even though I don't think anything can necessarily live up to the Hunger Games. But yeah, this is another one at the time. Like I said, when it came out, it was really popular, but it has just been sitting on my shelf collecting dust. So hopefully I can get to it this year. Another one that I was really looking forward to at the time that I bought this. This is Fireborn by Rosaria Munda. This is another YA fantasy. This is one that was extremely popular at the time that I picked this up, and I had just never gotten to it. This is a trilogy. We follow 2 characters, Annie and Lee, and they're both dragon riders. Don't really remember anything else about this besides I was excited at the time to read it. Another one that has been sitting on my shelf forever, I have the first 2 books in this trilogy, and they even have released new covers at this time. So even if I wanted the 3rd book, it's not going to look the same because they've changed the covers. But this is The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. I also have another book by this author that came out like a couple of years ago. I have that one through Book of the Month. I have yet to read that. So yeah, I've not read anything by this author, but I've heard fantastic things about the series. I know that it takes place in the Middle East. So that is what like inspired me, because I don't think I've read a fantasy in that sort of setting yet. Yeah, but I'm hoping that I enjoy this one. Another one that I'm very, very behind on, and one that I have been wanting to read for a while. I'm pretty sure I have also put this one on plenty of TBR lists in the past, and I just have yet to pick it up. This is the first book in the Expanse series. This is Leviathan Wakes by James S.A. Corey. I'm pretty sure that's two different people. If I'm not mistaken, I literally just found that out. I do think that's two different people. No. Wait. Yes, it is two different people. And one of them is George R.R. Martin's assistant. Okay, so anyways, so this is more sci-fi than fantasy. So basically, all I remember is we're following this detective who is looking for a missing girl, and then we're following another character, Jim, who his crew finds an abandoned ship up in space. I have no idea how those two things come together. This is another one that also already has a show out. I'm pretty sure at this point the show is done. I believe the series is completed. I want to say there's like 10 books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 or 10. But I do know that the series is completed, and these authors have already written a book in a new series. So again, I am behind on this, but this will be the year that I'm going to read it. So this book right here, I actually have already read it. I read it last year, but it is a series that I've been wanting to read for a while. I am wanting to continue on with the series, but I don't have the second book, which is Age of Sword. So this first book is Age of Myth. It is the first book in the Legends of the First Empire by Michael J. Sullivan. I'm actually surprised at myself that I have been putting the series off, because Michael J. Sullivan is one of my favorite fantasy authors. I love his stories. I love his characters. And so I'm just shocked that I haven't picked this up sooner. But I have been wanting to order the book straight from his website because they come signed. This is how this one did. I ordered it straight from him, and it's a signed copy. So I want to get all of the books in the series from him. And I just haven't gotten the other ones yet. But this is a series where we follow a group of characters. One of the characters is deemed the god killer because he was able to kill a god with his sword. And there's a lot of different moving parts. Like I said, there's a lot of characters. And this is set a long time before the events of the other two series that I have read from this author, which is Rhyria Revelations and Rhyria Chronicles. Both series I really enjoyed. So this is like a prequel to those series. Like I said, I'm shocked at myself that I have not picked these books up sooner, but I'm hoping to go ahead and continue so I can then continue with his other series that he has that I'm also behind in. Next up, we have yet another book that has been on my TBRs for a while. I am so tired of looking at this. I am so tired of saying that I'm finally going to read this, but this is The Cruel Prince. Pretty sure all of you guys have probably seen and or heard or have even read this book already. I actually have the 3 books in the series plus like the little, it's not a graphic novel. I do know that it has pictures in it, but it's like, I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, I have it. And so I am just ready to read this. I don't even remember what this is about. All I know is it has to do with like Fae, and like one of the Fae is not a nice person. That's literally all that I remember. So hopefully I like this. I think there's even like, I don't know, a spinoff series for this. That one hasn't really gotten that much traction like this series did. So at this point, I don't even know how I'm going to feel because I don't remember anything. So hopefully, because I don't remember anything, I will have a good reading experience. But this is one of the ones that I'm going to try to read this year. The last book that I have here, and it is yet another book that every single year I look at it and I say I'm going to pick it up and I never do. This is Sky Hunter by Marie Lu. I picked this up this was definitely a cover buy. I love the cover. It has sprayed edges, and then the hard cover of it without the dust jacket is just stunning. I have both books. This is a duology. And again, I just have not read it. So it's in a world broken by war. A team of young warriors is willing to sacrifice everything to see what they love. Yeah, yep. I don't even remember like what about it besides it being like a cover buy. Because I do remember people talking about it, but I don't remember what about it made this stand out. I do know as far as like Marie Lu goes, I have loved other series that I have read from her in the past. I even have her first adult book that I got from Book of the Month that I have yet to read that. Hopefully, again, this is one of the ones that I can get to this year. So like I said, I plan to move all of these books to my TBR cart so that hopefully I will then be able to actually pick them up and read them. If you guys have read any of these, if you've enjoyed any of these, please let me know your thoughts down below. Please let me know if I should prioritize any of these. But other than that, that is all that I have for you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.